How to deal with regret. Everyone experiences regret about something. You might regret something small or something that changed the entire course of your life. No matter what it is you regret, it is important to find ways to deal with your emotions, move forward, and develop a more positive outlook. Depending on the extent of your regret, you may need to seek the help of a licensed therapist to accomplish these goals. Method 1. Accepting regret. 1. Acknowledge the benefits of regret. Regret may seem like a completely negative thing, but it can have some benefits as well. Try to look at regret as a life lesson and look at the feelings of regret as motivation to do things differently. Although regret can be unpleasant, keep in mind that it has a function. Regret can even save your life. For example, if you regret using drugs and having to go to rehab to recover from your addiction, keep in mind that this event may have saved your life. If you had continued to use drugs and had not entered a rehab facility, then you might have died of an overdose. 2. Identify the source of your regret. Before you can deal with your regret, you will need to identify the source. What is it that you feel regretful about? It is one big thing or lots of little things? What do you wish you had done differently? Some of the most common regrets that people have are related to education, career, romance, and finances. Take some time to think about what you regret and why you have those regrets. If you like, you can write down your regrets. 3. Write about your feelings. You may have lots of different emotions relating to the thing or things that you regret. You might feel sad, angry, confused, or cheated about the decisions you once made and your inability to change them. Write about all of the things you are feeling in as much detail as you would like. Writing about your feelings is a great way to vent and relieve stress related to holding these feelings in. 4. Consider talking to a therapist. Dealing with your feelings of regret can be a long, intensive process. You may not be able to overcome them on your own, especially if you have regrets about something major or if you feel powerless to do anything about your regrets. You might want to consider finding a therapist who can help you to work through your feelings of regret. Method 2. Moving past regret. 1. Determine if there is anything you can do to change the situation. In some cases, you may be able to do something to reduce the impact of your regret. Consider whether there is anything that you can do to move in the direction that you would like to go. For example, if you regret not taking a job that was offered to you a few years ago, consider whether that job is still an option for you now. Or, if you regret not finishing your degree, consider whether continuing your education is still an option. You might even be able to minimize feelings of regret by making an apology to someone. For example, if you feel regret about not spending much time with your kids when they were growing up, consider telling them how you feel and offering a sincere apology for not being there. Changing your situation or even making an apology may not always be an option. In these cases, you may need to find ways to let go of your regret and move on with your life. This can be quite difficult, but it is possible. 2. Use what you have learned to help you with future decisions. Having regret can also be a benefit. You may be able to use what you learned from your regret to make better decisions in the future. Try to identify some concrete lessons that you learned from the things that you regret and think about how you can apply these lessons to future situations. For example, if you made the mistake of overusing your credit cards when you were in college and ended up with a lot of debt, then you can use that knowledge and decide to be more cautious about using credit cards later on in life. 3. Look for a role model. You may have an idea of how you want your life to look now as a result of your decisions. You might even know someone who seems to have everything that you want, and you can use this person as role model. Think about what this person does differently from you and how you can use their actions as a model. For example, if you wish that you had been more family-focused than work-focused, find a role model who puts her family first and pay attention to what she does. You can use her behavior as a model for your own behavior going forward. 4. Set goals for your future. Another great way to move forward from regret is to set goals for your future. By setting goals for yourself, you can give yourself something to work towards rather than constantly beating yourself up over past mistakes. Try to relate your goals to what you regret in some way. For example, if you regret not making more time for your hobbies because of your personal and professional obligations, then make a goal to dedicate one afternoon per week to your hobbies. Make sure that the goals you set are realistic and manageable. For example, it might be overwhelming to set a goal to learn to speak French fluently by the end of the year. However, you could set the goal to take a French class or listen to language instruction CDs during your commute. Method 3. Adopting a more positive outlook. 1. Think about how the situation might have been worse. It might be possible for you to feel better about regret if you consider how the situation might have been worse. You can do this by looking at the hardships that other people have suffered and noticing how some people have been worse off than you. For example, you might feel regret about not pursuing a college degree, but perhaps you know someone who got his degree and then could not find work in that field. That person might have suffered even more than you because he was landed with high student loan payments and could not find a job with high enough wages to be able to pay the loans off. 2. Focus on the positive aspects. Regret has a negative impact on our emotions, but we can also gain lots of positive things through these experiences. Consider what positive aspects came from your experience. For example, perhaps you regret your marriage and wish you had married someone else. But you can look at what you gained from the marriage, such as kids, more self-knowledge, stability, etc. Identifying the positive aspects of some situations can be difficult. You may need to look at things that happened after the experience to find the positive. For example, you may regret driving drunk and losing your license, but perhaps the experience led you to seek help for a drinking problem and you gained new friends and a better outlook on life as a result. 3. Practice gratitude in your daily life. Practicing gratitude is a great way to increase your feelings of happiness and satisfaction with your life. Practicing gratitude can also help to relieve stress and other negative emotions. Practicing gratitude on a daily basis may also help you to stop dwelling on your feelings of regret and look at positive aspects of your life instead. To practice gratitude, try making a list of 5 things that you are grateful for. The following day, add 5 more things to the list. Keep doing this every day. You can start your list with basics such as your health, your family, a place to live, food on the table, etc. As your list goes on, you might try to add less obvious things, such as a good cup of coffee, the sound of birds singing outside your window, or an unexpected phone call from a friend. 4. Try meditation. If you are preoccupied by regret, then you are probably focused on the past and what could have been. Meditation can help you to calm your mind and focus only on the present instead of the past. Try incorporating meditation into your daily routine to quiet your mind when it begins to ruminate on the things you regret. You don't need to meditation for hours. Even 5 minutes of meditation every day can make a difference in your outlook on life.